I am absolutely thrilled you're joining us today. If you're a researcher, a clinician, or an academic with a real passion for advancing healthcare, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're taking a comprehensive journey through the Asia-Pacific Journal of Medical Innovations, or APJMI. We're going to demystify exactly what this journal is looking for, and, more importantly, how you can successfully contribute your own groundbreaking medical innovations to the Asia-Pacific region. Let's get started.
Here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll be covering an overview of APJMI, its focus and medical scope, author submission guidelines, the peer review process, and finally, decisions and final publication.
Okay, let's dive into Section 1, Overview of APJMI, the mission to transform healthcare.
Listen to this core mission for a second. They are, quote, committed to driving forward medical advancements that have the potential to transform patient care and healthcare outcomes across the Asia-Pacific. That phrase, transform patient care, is absolutely crucial here. APJMI isn't just some repository for raw data or isolated academic exercises. It's a dynamic platform looking to actively solve the unique, real-world healthcare challenges of a highly diverse region. So when you're preparing your research, you really should be asking yourself, how does my work directly impact and improve healthcare outcomes for the people across the Asia-Pacific? Because that's the heart of what these editors want to see.
To ground us in the facts, APJMI is a biannually published, peer-reviewed, open-access medical journal. And that open access part? That is a massive win for you as an author, because it means your research is immediately available globally with zero paywalls. Plus, the scientific integrity working behind the scenes here is fantastic. They boast a wildly diverse editorial and advisory board featuring top experts from Bangladesh to the UK, India, Canada, Romania, you name it. That kind of international perspective guarantees that the research published here is held to a rigorous, world-class standard.
Moving right along to Section 2, Focus and Medical Scope, a vast battleground of science.
Now, you definitely don't need to memorize every single specialty right now, but just take a second to appreciate the sheer breadth of fields covered here. It brilliantly illustrates how APJMI touches nearly every facet of human health. We're talking about over 40 distinct focus areas. Whether your work dives into the intricacies of genetic engineering, the everyday clinical realities of cardiology, community-based interventions in community medicine, or the latest surgical techniques in urology, there is a place for your research here. From allergy to toxicology, it is this vast, welcoming space for scientific discovery.
All right, Section 3, Author Submission Guidelines, Preparing Your Hero.
Before your manuscript can even think about conquering peer review, it has to be properly equipped. And the crucial point here is that these formatting rules are completely non-negotiable. An editor can and absolutely will desk reject a submission if it doesn't meet these basic standards, regardless of how groundbreaking your science might be. Your title? Keep it super punchy, limited to a maximum of 15 words. The abstract needs to stand perfectly on its own, summarizing your objectives, methods, results, and conclusions in 250 words or less. You need to supply 6 to 10 accurate keywords. And for the document itself, keep it classic and clean. Times New Roman, 12-point font, single-spaced, with 1-inch margins all around. Just hitting these basic marks shows you respect the journal's process.
So, how do those basics build into the actual structure of your argument? Well, your manuscript has to follow a logical scientific flow. You set up the rationale in the introduction, detail your exact blueprint in the methodology, present your results logically, and then interpret them within the existing literature in your discussion and conclusion. But I really want to draw your attention to those final two elements. You must include an ethical consideration section detailing your ethical committee approvals, including reference numbers. Furthermore, disclosing any funding sources and declaring potential conflicts of interest is an absolute necessity for scientific transparency. Seriously, do not overlook those.
Which brings us to Section 4, the peer review process, the rigorous trial.
Once you submit that properly formatted manuscript alongside a compelling cover letter, the initial administrative hurdles kick off. The very first thing the editorial office does is check your work for originality using plagiarism detection software. Your study design and format are screened right here as well. Only after you pass this baseline check does the editor-in-chief assess your work's novelty and then hand it off to a handling editor who has specific expertise in your subject area. A truly interesting hallmark of APJMI's integrity is their double-blind review process. The handling editor will select 2 to 3 expert reviewers, but here's the key. You won't know who they are, and they won't know who you are. Now, this anonymity isn't a punishment, it's actually a vital protective shield. It guarantees that your work is evaluated entirely on its scientific merit, without any unconscious bias regarding your name, your institution, or your background. It's all about the science.
So, what exactly are these invisible experts grading you on? Consider this your ultimate cheat sheet. Reviewers are evaluating the originality and novelty of your work. Does it actually add new knowledge? They're scrutinizing your methodological rigor. Is your study design sound and well executed? They will verify that your data and results are accurate and actually support your conclusions. They'll judge the relevance of your work, particularly to the Asia-Pacific region. And finally, they grade the clarity and structure of your writing. Keep these criteria in your head before you even click Submit.
Almost at the finish line. Section 5. Decisions and final publication, the verdict.
Aside from an outright rejection or a super rare immediate acceptance, you're likely going to face one of two outcomes here. Minor revisions means you are incredibly close. You just need to make some minor adjustments or clarify a few points. Major revisions, however, means you've got some heavy lifting to do. If you get this result, please don't be discouraged. It's a completely normal part of the scientific process. Just remember, when you resubmit, you must include a highly detailed response outlining exactly how you tackled every single comment from those reviewers. Your revised manuscript may even undergo a second round of review.
And then, assuming you navigate those revisions successfully, you reach the victory phase. Your accepted manuscript goes through one final editorial check, you get sent the proofs for a last look, and then bam, it is immediately published online. Because APJMI is an open access journal, your article goes live under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial license. That means your hard work is instantly accessible to researchers and healthcare professionals worldwide, ready to make a real impact.
Which brings us to our final thought. We've seen the rigorous standards, the vast scope, and the powerful mission of the APJMI. So, I leave you with this question. Are your medical innovations ready to change the Asia-Pacific? If you've got groundbreaking research that is structurally sound and ethically conducted, it's time to take action. Use the guidelines we've explored today, prepare that manuscript, and share your discoveries with the world. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy researching.